Hi, this is Chris from Motolegends, the chap in the cap, here today to talk to you about a very smart winter overcoat style motorcycle jacket from Finnish brand Rukka. So we've all heard of Rukka. Rukka makes some of the best, most technical gear for the kind of riders who are putting in high mileages. So if you're a commuter doing 15, 20,000 miles a year, you will certainly have Rukka on your short list of brands that you will look at. They use only the best components throughout their jackets, so they work with Cordura, they work with Gore-Tex. Their Gore-Tex laminate is the stuff of legend. They make fantastic gear. But a few years ago, Rukka realized that the nature of the bike park, as we call it, is changing, that people were moving away from traditional big bikes, from touring bikes, sports bikes were dying, and they were buying slightly lighter, easier bikes to ride. Big movement in cafe racers, sit-up bikes, cruisers were getting stronger, and Rukka felt that they didn't have a foot in that market. And so they developed a range of slightly more casual styles. And this jacket, which is known as the Melton, is one of those jackets. So I'm going to talk you through it. It's a bit different in terms of style, but we'll talk through it bit by bit. The first thing I should mention, of course, is it's a bike jacket that doesn't look like a bike jacket. And if I'm frank, I've got to say that this style has never really worked well in the UK. It is very much a continental style. So if you're a commuter into the centre of Paris or the centre of Milan, you'll be riding a scooter or some kind of mid-sized bike. Almost all of those commuters are wearing a jacket like this, and all of the French brands do jackets like this, all of the Italian brands do jackets like this, but for some reason, I don't know why, it has never been a style that's worked particularly well here. But the idea, as you might imagine, is you ride into the office, you park your bike or your scooter on the pavement, then you walk into the office wearing a jacket like this. You don't look like a hairy-ass biker, if I can say that. You just look like someone wearing a smart overcoat. So that's the appeal of these jackets. They have not worked well in the UK, but we've been doing this jacket now. We're recording this in January 2020. We've been doing this jacket for over a year. It's done really well for us, and I think that's probably got something to do with the fact that it's Rukka. It's just people trust Rukka. Some of those other scooter jackets, people look at them and go, well, they can't be awfully strong. They're not really going to be up to proper bike riding, but you combine that casual look with Rukka and you've got perhaps a winning formula. So let's talk through it in a little bit more detail. The outer fabric is a Cordura 500. That's a pretty abrasion resistant material, so that's what you would expect. A lot of bike jackets out there, proper bike jackets, more traditional bike jackets, don't have a material that's as strong as that. But what Rukka have done, they've supplemented that with large swathes of leather in what you might call the key abrasion zones. So here on the shoulder and all the way down the forearm here. So that's a pretty large swathe of leather there. Furthermore, in terms of protection, obviously you've got protectors in the shoulders and the elbows. Rukka work exclusively with D3O. So this is the latest D3O XTR Air Armour in shoulders and elbows. There's a pocket for a back protector, either a level 1 or a level 2. In terms of fit, down the sides here we've got stretch panels. I'm going to come back to these panels because that's where you've also got the venting, but we've got stretch panels there that make this a really comfortable jacket to wear. You've also got stretch panels on the arms. We have adjusters here on the waist. There's a Velcro strap there that enables you to tighten it or loosen it, and you've got the same on the sleeves, so you can get your glove in and then cinch it to keep that tight to stop rain going up into the glove. Pocket wise, on the outside you've got two flap pockets here, you've got two zipped vertical pockets at the top. On the inside the jacket, you've got two more vertical pockets. Those are the ones that I would say are the most waterproof. Those are inside the membrane, so even though there'll be some water resistance here, if you really want to keep something dry, a phone or a wallet, then I would use the internal pocket. Membrane is by Gore-Tex, so this is still a proper bike jacket. It looks like a casual jacket. If you walk down the street, no one's going to think you're a biker, unless of course you're wearing boots and so on. But this could be a jacket that you picked up in a high street store. But It's very much a biker jacket. The membrane is by Gore-Tex. It is not a laminated membrane. It is a drop liner membrane. So this isn't the kind of jacket anyway that I think you would be riding for 4, 5, 6 hours in. A drop liner membrane is going to be more than sufficient for the kind of riding that most people are going to be doing in a jacket like this. Has to be said that if we went laminate, or if Rukka had gone laminate, it would have been much less comfortable to wear, it would have been stiffer, would have made it even more expensive. This is not an inexpensive jacket. It's not going to be for everybody, but if it had gone that laminate, it would have pushed it into the stratosphere. In terms of venting, so we've got the waterproofing covered, but in the summer we want to get some air in. The fact that it's got a waterproof membrane means that it's not going to breathe as well as a jacket that has no membrane. So we've got full height vent zips here. Now, Rukka have done a lot of work on this. They reckon that this position down here is the best place these days for vents. Traditionally, they were always down the centre of the chest, but a lot of guys are riding bikes with screens on. There's often not a lot of air coming into those, so they are not effective. They've done work in the wind tunnel, and they reckon that whether you've got a screen or no screen, air is going to come around the side of the body, and this is a good place to get air circulating around the body. What we have here, it's a double zip. A nice little feature. What you can do then at the bottom, so you don't have to use it just as a zip even in the winter. If you undo that a little bit, it's going to allow the jacket to splay a little over your lap as you're sat on the bike. Might be important depending on your physiognomy, but might be important because this jacket sits a little bit lower, so the fact that it can splay can only be a good thing. It has also a 60-gram thermal liner, so this jacket covers everything. It's got warmth. Wouldn't say that that's the highest quality thermal liner I've come across, but certainly, especially if you're going to be wearing your work clothes underneath it, that and the thermal liner, I think you're going to be pretty toasty in this jacket. No zip. I think this jacket's a little bit long in Rukka's view for a zip. Mentioned on another jacket that we've reviewed recently that it would be nice to have a zip if Rukka then made a waist zip, a belt that went around your jean belt loops like Halvarson's does. That means that you could then zip this into a pair of jeans, but for whatever reason Rukka have not felt that that was a requirement on this jacket. So that's it. That's the Rukka Melton. It's priced at £570. It's a different style of jacket, but it's a very, very smart jacket, and it's going to do everything you would expect it to do. It's going to keep you safe on the bike, it's going to keep you dry, it's going to keep you warm, and even in the summer, there's a good degree of venting. You won't find this in many places. I think certainly in 2019, this was totally exclusive to Motolegends. I have a feeling some dealers, the Rukka importer is now going to be bringing it in 2020, but I think you'll only find this in a handful of dealers. We've got a lot of experience with it. We know how it fits, we know how it works, and so on. My cameraman has just done a little sign. This, to me, what he's telling me is I've forgotten one point of detail, a very important point of detail, so I'm going to backtrack and I'm going to talk about that. But thank you, Graham. Here, we've got a full waterproof zip. Again, very reassuring. A lot of these jackets like this are going to have a big brass zip or an old-fashioned metal zip that's going to let water in. I think it's testament to the fact that Rukka had taken this style of jacket seriously, that they wanted to work on the bike, that they put a full waterproof zip in there. You've also got here an inner placket with a water channel, so if water does come down the helmet inside the jacket, there's a channel here. This is a waterproof placket. It's going to run down the inside there. So obviously that just reinforces the fact that this is a serious jacket that you can wear in all weathers. So anyway, I hope that was interesting. I'm sorry about getting some stuff in the wrong order, but I thank Graham for pointing out my error. It's a great jacket. If you want to look at it in more detail, best thing probably come and see us at Motolegends. So that was the Rukka Melton jacket. If you visit the website www.motolegends.com, you'll see that we have lots of jackets that are comparable to the Rukka Melton. But if you particularly like this jacket, if you would like to get more details about it, then click on the button top right. That will take you directly to the relevant page on our website. You can get all the technical spec, check the sizing, and obviously, if you wish to, you can buy the jacket. Now, when you buy from us, we think it's pretty risk-free. There's no P&P on anything we sell. There's free returns if you change your mind, and you have up to 12 months to make up your mind. Now, what that doesn't mean, I just need to clarify, we are not expecting you to go and ride in this a jacket for 6 months, 9 months, then come in and say, look, I'm sorry, I don't really like it. What that 12 months is about is giving you the time to make up your mind as to whether you've made the right decision. So as long as the jacket or glove or pant or helmet is unworn, you have 12 months to send it back. So you're not under any pressure. We make it easy. The other thing that we do is we offer an unbeatable price promise. Now, a lot of retailers out there will give you a price match promise. Ours is better than that. We have a price beat guarantee. What that means is if we are selling an item, let's say we have an item for £500 and you find somebody selling it for £450, we will beat that price by 10%, so we will sell that item to you for £405. So here at Motolegends, we will always be the cheapest. We don't discount a lot, and when you come in the shop, we are just not set up. We don't like having those embarrassing conversations about what happens if I buy two. So we are not horse traders in that sense, but we will always be the cheapest. But the onus is on you to go and do the work to find a cheaper price. You've also got up to a fortnight after you buy something to effect a price beat guarantee. Probably best to check the website if you are interested, because there are a few terms and conditions. It's not onerous, but maybe you should do that. If in the future you would like to receive information about products that come into the building, then you might want to sign up to our email bulletins. If you visit the website, the top of the front page, there's a little piece of script that says newsletter sign up. It takes a couple of seconds, click on there, and you can in future receive all of our bulletins. If you would prefer to receive information on new products videographically, in other words like this, then we would love you to sign up to our YouTube channel, and you can do that by clicking on the button below right. Of course, we are also a shop. You saw me talking about the jacket. This is in our shop. It's not a huge shop. Certainly the footprint is not enormous, but actually it is attached to a warehouse, a 3-story warehouse with £2 million worth of gear in. So technically, this is the second largest shop in the country. So the benefits of coming to a shop are legion. If you liked this jacket and came in and it didn't fit, we have a huge amount of stock. We'll have a size up, we'll have a size down, we'll have alternatives if for whatever reason this jacket doesn't work for you. So coming to see us is something that you might want to consider. We are, by the way, in Surrey. We're based on the edges of Guildford. If you're coming to see us, set the sat-nav for GU3 1LU. Anyway, this has been Chris at Motolegends. I hope you have enjoyed listening about the Rukka Melton jacket. It's a great jacket. We hope to talk to you soon.